Hello everyone and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot. Thank you for joining me. To all the people who have been before, welcome back, and to the new people joining, lovely to see you here, and thank you for clicking on this video, and hopefully I'll be able to give you some information as we go through. So today is Tuesday the 1st of October. How are we in October? It's crazy, isn't it? We've managed to get here to autumn months, and we're going to be going ahead into the few months now towards the end of the year. So it's getting cooler, the leaves are falling off the trees, there is this sense of kind of wrapping up a little bit more. It's dark in the morning when you leave for work, it's dark when you get home. So it's that little change in how you feel about the world, how you feel about your home, and how you feel inside as well, because so much is changing during these times, the eclipses, the equinox. Certainly there's a solar eclipse tomorrow, so that might be shifting your energy in some way, making you feel certain emotions, pulling on certain emotions. I've noticed a little bit of fire in me, a little bit of anger rising, a little bit of frustration rising within me. And I think that's the thing, when you become aware of your emotions, you're able to manage them a little bit more, and you're able to see it just as an emotion, and you're able to see, okay, there's fire rising in me, and this is frustrating me, and that's frustrating me, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. Everything's okay. I'm not suffering greatly. There are many people in the world suffering so much. And actually take a look at your own life and move into that gratitude. And yes, you can have that frustration. Yes, you can have that anger. But don't let it take over you. Manage it. Let it rise and clear. That's a much better use of the anger, because as it rises, people tend to take action on it in some way. So they say that, someone who's angry might, just hit somebody or punch somebody or let it out physically or shout at somebody or scream at somebody. So it's this needing to get this anger out, this frustration out. Whereas the higher conscious aspect of it is acknowledge that it's rising within you. Feel it. And then ask it, where is it coming from? And you might have, well, it's because of this, and this. But what does that mean? What are you feeling? So it might be feeling undervalued. It might be feeling overwhelmed. It might be feeling disrespected. It might be feeling not heard. It might be feeling isolated. There's so many different underlying things below the anger. There's a hurt. They say below anger there's hurt. So if you're feeling angry, go below it. And what's hurting you? What's actually hurting you? And that's what you need to clear. That's what you need to work on. And I was going to say something else about that as well. Also, the liver is anger. So if you're feeling any kind of frustration, which can come up during these big energy shifts, these solar eclipses, these lunar eclipses, these equinoxes, full moons, new moons, etc. You can have different emotions. But if anger is the one, I don't know why I'm speaking of anger today. Maybe it's just based on my own personal experience. It's the liver. And let's look at the liver. Let's tend to the liver. What does the liver need? Can we help the liver? Can we assist the liver? Because it's energy first, thought second. So if you're feeling angry, it's the energy that is within your system that then results in these thoughts. So you go back to the energy as well, and you fix the energy. You tend to the energy. You tend to the liver. So all of the organs have different emotions attached to them, and different energies attached to them. So if you're out of balance, find out what that emotion is. Go below it and find out the real reason, and then connect it to the organ, and then work with the organ. It's very important to get to know those elements for proper health care. It's not about, I heard someone talk yesterday about disease, and you go to the doctor and they prescribe a pill which helps with your symptom. But if you're not changing your life, because your life to that point resulted in that symptom, and so you get a band-aid over the symptom, and are you continuing to live exactly the same life? Because if you are, you're just going to keep that symptom alive, and then you're going to keep needing that drug alive. So the idea is, if you've been living a life and you've developed something, and then that's a symptom, medication can do some help for sure. But if you're just continuing the same, you're not actually helping yourself. You're just signing up to a repeat prescription. So the idea is that you find out what got you there. What got you to that point? Because there's a need to look at that. There's a need to see the energy of that. There's a need to clear and refresh that. And then you won't have the symptom. You keep taking the drugs because you keep having the symptom, but you keep having the symptom because you're living exactly as you did yesterday and the day before and the day before. So change, evolution is upon us. We are changing, we are shifting, we are shape-shifting, and there's an awakening happening on the planet, but also a need, particularly in these winter months, to tune into the self when it's darker, when it's cooler, when you want to feel cozy and warm and nurtured and held, and it's like warm soups and hot drinks and big fluffy cardigans and woolly socks and all that type of thing. So there's that energy of needing to tune into self, but deeper. It's almost like the dark, the yin, brings you deeper internally, because the brightness, the yang, is out there. So when it's summer and it's bright, you want to be out, and then when it's winter and it's dark, you want to be in. But it's not even just in, it's let's go even more in. Let's go internal, into our internal organs. Is there a problem with one of your internal organs? If there is a problem with one of your internal organs, then what is the energy of that organ? What is really going on? How can we work with the energy and the organ for healing? Whoa, don't know why all that has happened. Maybe it's just me talking about being a little angry. So I'm here to do your tarot reading. 7 minutes, just chit chat. I hope if you've still stayed, if you're still here, that you are welcoming in a tarot reading. Now, I'm not a tarot fortune teller. I did a post today because I'm going to be at Clearly Destiny doing some tarot on Wednesday the 9th. If you want to book me there, you can contact them for that. But I'm not a fortune teller. I simply read the energy of the cards and we create a story, and then it's information. So it's information for me, but it's also information for you. So I hope whatever happens today, that it brings through a message that makes sense to you. And maybe that little ramble at the start is going to have some effect, some resonance with you, okay? So first things first, let's do our tarot read. So I have our trusty deck here, and I've also, one away already. Don't know what it is. We have a few, oh my God, they're jumping today. Okay. I've got a few other decks that, oh goodness me, okay. There's quite a lot there. I'm going to take the one that's overturned, which I can see, and let's be a bit neater with the cards, please. Okay, that one's overturning as well. Gosh, really up for being read today, aren't they? And I've got some, as I was saying, some other decks that I will use just to read and get more information on the message. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Right, there's quite a lot here, so I'll try and put them in order of how they came out. So the first card is Temperance. So I'll read them all right way up this time. Even if they're coming up upside down, I'm going to read them right way up. Temperance. Temperance is peacefulness. Temperance is take it easy. Temperance is maintain balance. You can see she's pouring water here from one cup to the other. So it's balancing your masculine and your feminine, balancing your yin and your yang. So as we are in this change in seasons, we have to balance ourselves. You know, it's a different energy, so different things are needed from us in the season. So we have to find our balance again. Because we might have been a bit out of balance with summertime and holidays and partying, etc., etc. So sometimes it's saying, okay, let's just find your balance again. Obviously, this is working with the angels, working with the angelic realm. And this is very much the healer card. So it's bringing in that healing energy, bringing in that sort of chill out, relaxation, and asking the angels to help. I spoke to a couple of people yesterday, and it was just ask them. And one of the questions was, well, how do I ask them? And it's just ask them. Just say, like you would talk to a friend, hey, angel for this or angel for that, please come in and assist me with this. And they will come in and help you. They will come in and assist you, and they want you to ask. So here's the encouragement, calling the angels. This is also the rainbow energy, which is the new energy coming onto the planet, the new frequency. And the wings there are very much the rainbow colours. And now that we are in kind of autumn, there's a lot of drizzly weather, a lot of wet weather, a lot of rain, thunderstorms, hurricanes in some places. But often you'll see rainbows around that time, rainbows when it rains as well. So there's an aspect of looking up to the heavens and using that rainbow to recognize the light, because the rainbow is all of the colors that make up the white light. So recognizing that healing light, recognizing the white light and the power of light to heal. Now she has her 1 foot in the water and 1 foot out of the water. So it's kind of like maybe you're dipping your toe into something. You haven't fully embraced it. You haven't fully dived in. But you're kind of dipping your toe in, seeing, is it something that I want to do? Maybe it's a course of study. Maybe it's a new relationship. But you're kind of just in a little, but not completely in. So it's just that, be temperate with it. Like just let it, build, let it grow. Don't dive in head first, basically. This could also be about travel. And there's a sun rising in the background there as well. So there is a positive, the sun is what creates the colours in the rainbow. It's that light again. So it's that positive light energy. So certainly a period of healing, certainly a period of bringing yourself back into balance, and perhaps a new balance. There possibly is a need to have healing with this card as well, or to if the course of study that you're dipping your toe into is a form of healing, a form of alternative therapies or complementary therapies, maybe that's what's coming into your life. You're starting to have an interest in something which is a little bit more alternative to mainstream. So it's just pointing to that at the moment. So let's see what the rest of them say. The next card was page 1, so new opportunity, new adventure. So you've got a new idea, new creative project that you want to do. He has this feather which goes up to the heavens. So this is kind of a heavenly delivered thing. This is almost like manifestation. There's something in your mind and you want to create it in the world. You want to bring it down and make it real. You've got this idea. You're holding on to it very firmly. And you will need a level of action with that. You will need to take some steps. You will need to create whatever this element is. It's going to take work, it's going to take hours, it's going to take time, it might take a bit of money, it'll take energy. So this is your energy as well, your creative energy. So as you're stepping into something new, just remember to balance your energy. Like, don't overdo it, don't overwork, don't burn yourself out. But it's a positive, fiery card. So the ones are all about fire, about creativity, about passion. And he's not letting this go. So it's something he wants to work on. It's something he wants to do. And because it's the page, it's in its youth, it's in its infancy. So we've not got the full system together. We've not got the full product. We've not got the full service up and running. But we have this gem of an idea. And we want to move forward. Oh, so we've gone from the page, who's holding 1, and then we have 2. So you've got this idea, now you're in this planning stage, you're in this creation stage, you're examining your world very closely to see what needs to be done. You have created a certain amount, which is not going anywhere. You've done the background work, but you still have to do a bit more. You still have to work and push forward a little bit more. Now, because it's the Two of Wands, it might be to do with something overseas. There might be somebody that you're working with at distance, and that can be even distance within the same country or the same town even. Sometimes you can be located in a different area, but you're moving to and from that area. But certainly there's a horizon here, and it can be, overseas as well. So international, there can be some international aspect coming into this for you. But it is about building something. It is about building something with structure. But to do that, you need to plan. You need to plan well. So then we went to the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, you can see he has built a great deal already. The Pentacles are work and money, very earthy, kind of Capricorn, Taurian, Virgo energy. So it is that work ethic, but it's something new is taking your attention. Something new is being created, is becoming real, is being manifest on the earth plane. But how do you manage it? Is this a side hustle? Is this a part-time job? Is this stepping out and starting a completely new business and letting everything go? Is this you giving up your regular work to try something completely different? So there's this aspect of regular income and this aspect of something new, and that decision between the two. And certainly you might be juggling two things at once. You might have your regular income and be doing something on the side as well. And that might be, excuse me, that might be because you're in this planning stage. So you haven't got it to its fruition yet. You're still planning. You've developed a certain amount, but you're not ready to completely let go of your regular income. So there is this aspect of doing two things at once. So we've got two here, and we've got this aspect of regular stuff that you've been working on for ages, that it's grown core and it's built, it's money, it's investment, and then this new aspect. And it's a fertile thing, we've got the hair here, which is fertility, which is that kind of spring energy. So it's like a burst of energy. It's like, a fertile period that you're feeling that you can grow something new. And then we have, we've got a lot of pages and knights in this. So we've got another page. We've got this Page of Swords. So that's this new adventure that's coming sweeping into your life. So there certainly is this new adventure with new ideas. So the practicalities are these. This is a passion that you're stepping forward in, and you need to plan and take action. And then you need to balance the money, the finances. How do you make it real in the real world? And then you'll be given lots of ideas. So this is new ideas, using your mind, using the intellect, taking up opportunities. And, from a spiritual aspect, this can be downloads coming in. So this is information coming in. So often when you have to make a decision on something, it is good to sit back and do a bit of quiet time and allow for the divine to come in and inform you of the next step to take. Allow God, universe, source, whatever you call it, to deliver the message, because this is like a message coming in. The swords are the mental capacity, the mind. So the information comes into the mind, so you can ground it and you can create something with it. So this is very much the air, very much the mind, very much he's got butterflies on his suit. So there is change happening here. There's certainly sweeping change coming in, but also that new adventure energy, when you're stepping out to something new, you get this vibration of, this is exciting, this is new, and you don't know how it's going to go. You don't know what it's going to be day 17 or month 17 or year 17, and the nitty gritty and the everyday. This is still like, the passion, the ideas, the energy of that adventure ahead is captivating. And it might cut away your old life. He's also coming in with the sword to cut away what was, to cut away what is no longer necessary. This can be red tape and legal information. So this can be information that is important to you. So if you're creating something and you need to make sure a product has certain regulations or a service has certain regulations, then this is the type of thing that is important as well. The information that you need needs to be looked at as well. So it's pointing to that. So anything communication-wise, how you communicate as well as you move forward is important. We've gone from the page, which is this new adventure, into the night. So the night is coming sweeping in. So that's the next level, the next stage. It goes page, knight, and king, queen, king. So the Knight of Swords is coming in passionately. This is usually somebody who's going to sweep you off your feet. It can be like knight in shining armor. He is coming in dressed in pink. So there's this love vibration as well. There's this aspect of romance coming in as well to you. So he's coming in quick. So whatever information, communication, messages, there's going to be a lot of them coming in quick. And this could be to do with a romance. Suddenly someone's on the scene. You're in the midst of this new adventure and you're balancing this life, and you've got your passion, you've got your side hustle, and you're getting that sense of a new adventure. What is the new adventure? Well, maybe the Knight of Swords is going to come straight in, and you need to reevaluate. You need to think, okay, what direction am I going in? Because he's certain of his direction. He's coming straight for you. He's absolutely certain, and it's very, very quick. The trees here billowing, his cloak is billowing there as well. And the knights again are about communication. So about messages, communication, about direction, about knowing where you're going, having that goal and being direct and going straight for it. Very important. And also it makes me think of the shamans always travel on horses. There's this, if you go on a shaman journey, often, even just in a meditation with myself, often I will be sitting there and a horse will come into the meditation and I will get upon the horse and we go off on an adventure and then you come back. So it could be a kind of a shaman adventure that's coming up for you, that you're going to be doing some, I mean, we talk about the swords being the air and the divine download, the communication coming in. Perhaps you're going to be on a shaman horse in a meditation and you're going to go and get some information and then you bring that back with you. So that's interesting as well. Next we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is really kind of just making an attempt to go in the direction of what you want. There's lots of passions here. You've got lots of options and you're just kind of like throwing off all together at the one time. There is a castle in this background, so you're hoping to reach the castle. You're hoping through all of your endeavor, through all of your passion, through all of your work ethic, that you can reach there, that you can get there. I'm just going to see what the Eight of Wands is in the other deck. Let me just have a look, because I've got this tiny little deck as well. I'm trying to think what that looks like in the other deck. But certainly it's there's a lot of options here. There is a lot of energy here. Maintaining energy is important. Let me just scroll through. Okay, got it. So this is how it is in the traditional tarot, which again is the messages coming in. Again, it's the emails. Again, it's the information, the communication coming in quickly. That's what the Eight of Wands here is. So someone is going to be sending out emails, sending out invitations, I'm hearing, sending out connections in some way. So, and it's quick. It's quick. So we had the Knight of Swords bringing in that information quickly. And here we have communication happening quickly, messages happening quickly, connections happening. And this can be over water, over land. So things at distance as well. So this could be, simply to do with things like distance services. Like, for example, I do distance healing. I also do distance mediumship over Zoom and distance tarot as well. So whatever you're doing, you might be able to do it at distance. You might be able to do it online. There might be some online service that you're providing. There might be some way that you're able to reach people through the skies, through sending your message through the skies. So some sort of new, I guess, product or service that where you're able to send messages through the skies. And this is quick, this is speed. Okay. Then we have the Four of Wands, which is a new home. So you're going to be moving into a new home, or you can be changing rooms in your home, or changing and redecorating within the home. This is sort of returning in a successful element. Usually there's a couple in this card as well. Let me show you the one in the other deck of what it looks like. Quite enjoying doing this comparison, because you see a slightly different context when you see a different type of deck. Of course it's going to be the last one that I look at, I bet. Where is it? Four of Wands. There it is. Excellent. Thank you. So it's a tiny little deck, but it's really good when you don't have much space as well. So we've got the Four of Wands here. So this guy's on his own, but actually there's a couple in this card, if you can see that. And they're in celebration as they move home. They are welcomed into the home. That's a couple going into a home. And the garlands here can point to it being a symbol of marriage or partners moving in together. But also the town here, there's people here as well. So the town is in support of this. You've got a lot of support and a lot of backing for this. You have the same in here. So you've got the people from the village coming out to help you celebrate, to welcome you to the new home. So coming to a new area, perhaps, where you're welcomed in. You might be welcomed back, but you're certainly welcomed in. So there's a new home, some aspect to do with the place that you live, your residence. A new home has been given. And it's interesting as well, because we went from the Two of Wands, because we were looking across the water with our two, planning our life, looking and examining our life very closely. And then we go into the Four, which is our new home. So perhaps our new home is overseas, perhaps it is at distance, and perhaps we managed to get here, we managed to reach here, and it's marrying us back with the community. It can be something like that. Because then you have, actually, you have the Justice card. So the Justice card with the Four of Wands can be marriage, because justice is that legal contract. Justice is the legal aspect, legal, law, court cases, anything to do with legality. And you have the Owl of Wisdom here. So the truth, the sword of truth. She's holding the sword of truth. She has this purple veil behind her. So she is very much able to see clearly what a situation is. So there could be a legal case with regards to a home as well. But the Four of Wands would say that it is successful, that the legal aspect is successful, and it's a win here. It looks like a win. And she is coming in with the sword of truth to bring justice to the situation, to make sure that as above so below, that everything is in balance as well. She has this scale, so the outcome must be balanced, that she must bring the right outcome, the truthful outcome, to bring balance to the situation, so that whoever is involved feels that they have the correct verdict or the correct outcome. But as I say, it can be a marriage as well. So it's that contract, that agreement, that legality, that you might be signing something, or like a tenancy as well. Can be a tenancy with a new home as well, that you sign the agreement, you sign to be a tenant, to be a renter. It can be signing for marriage. And just be mindful of making sure that the legalities are in place, that everything is tip-top and in place. So that's interesting. There's quite a few different elements there. Let's see. Yeah, just looking at it all just very briefly and quickly, you know, you have that temperance at the beginning, you that healing card, that balancing card, you travel as well, mixing of cultures, then you have that page, which is that passionate new beginning, going to the Two of Wands, where you have to make plans. The Seven of Pentacles, you've built a certain amount. Are you going to leave it and step off and do something new? Are you balancing the two? Are you trying to do that side hustle? The Page of Swords is that adventure. There's a new adventurous energy. There's new information coming in, sweeping in to bring change into your life. And the change, with that change, your energy will change. And then we have the Knight in Shining Armor coming in, which shows us direction, which shows us speed, eyes on the ball, going forward, straight forward. And then you're sending out these messages, these options, these emails, this communication coming in fast to you. Information, creativity, passion as well. The Wands are all about passion and earthiness as well. This connection with the land, with nature. So an 8, you know, you've got the figure of 8, the infinity sign. Use the figure of 8 to help manifest. You might have all of these ideas, all of these activities that you like to take part in, and you want them all to land somewhere. So you're going to try a little bit of everything and send it out there into the world. And then 4 do land and bring you this new home, bring you this new life, bring you this marriage or moving in together energy. And with that, there may be some legal aspect. This could also be a divorce, so there could be a divorce happening. But generally, divorce, I would say, it's the Lovers and the Justice card. It could be more of a divorce, whereas this is more home. So legality with regards to home, mortgage, tenancy, or contracts within a marriage. And again, bringing that balance and using that wisdom, that higher wisdom, which is the Owl. So let's see what other decks we're going to use. So I'm going to go to this one, which is the Tosha Silva one, which I got at the Lavender Path in Letterkenny. Thanks to Karen. I used to have wonderful sessions in there. So if any of you are watching, hello. I really enjoyed doing your readings. I did Reiki, I did readings, I did mediumship for you there. So shout out to all the ladies who joined me there. It was absolutely wonderful to do that for you. And hopefully we'll get to meet again at some point. But the lucky thing is, as I was saying, I am able to work at distance as well. So you can get in touch if I can help you with anything. Okay, that one wanted to come out. Don't know what it is. Let's get another couple of cards to just give us some more on what are we actually talking about here. Okay, so let me go get those. Okay, oh, that one wants to come. Okay, and I'll take one more. One more, please. One more to give us an idea of the message. Thank you. Okay. So underlying is divine abundance, which is always lovely to get. That means abundance is coming, and it's about aligning and serving something beyond the ego. So it's great to suddenly get that inspiration where you want to do something for the greater good of humanity. That is a well-worthy thing to do. So the first card we have is Outrageous Openness. Now we have I don't know if it's a magpie, but it's a little bit like a magpie. So the magpie is always a symbol of a duality, so that light, dark, that inner, outer, that above, below element. But also it can be a warning. So if you see a magpie, it can be an alert to pay attention to your surroundings. Often the magpie is saying, hey, heads up. If you see 2 or 3 or 4, then that's fine. You can count them differently. But even at that, if the magpie energy comes in, for me, it's a symbol to actually just pay attention to what's around you and who's around you. And if you don't, something might happen. It can be something as simple as being pushed around trying to get on a train, or it could be losing your wallet, or it could be anything. So magpies coming in, well, perhaps because you are very open and you're seeing the world with this adventurous heart, and you're seeing the world in this open way, and you can be extremely positive. And people have a tendency to say, oh yeah, she's all like positive, and where's the reality of it? But there is an element of when you're like the fool, so you're very energetic, you're on this new adventure, it's very exciting, you can trip up because you're not checking what's around you. So be careful of that outrageous openness, to open to everything, because then you're open to everything. So it might be a need to just create that boundary of energy. So use the on my YouTube as well, you'll find a meditation which is called the blue bubble meditation, which you can do in the morning or at night. I tend to do it at night, and you can just surround yourself in that bubble of protection. And then after you do it a few times, you've kind of got it in your head, and you know to kind of, okay, blue bubble around me, and you know what it feels like, what it looks like. So do it a few times to get it into your system, into your mind, and then you should be able to just create it in your mind when you're going about your day. And that's a protective bubble. So kind of keep things separate from you, keep anything that would interfere with your energy, anything that's not high vibration, away from you. Particularly if you live in the city, there can be a lot of pickpocketing and a lot of heavier energy, and you bump into a lot of different people. So it's important to have a boundary, but with the blue bubble, love is allowed to move through it, and love is allowed to move back into it as well. So you're not completely cutting yourself off from people, you're actually just protecting your space in a sense. So it says, dear love, open me to your will, release me from my attachments, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, I am open to receive. And in a sense, that takes us from the Two of Wands, which was all about the plan. We're planning, we're making plans, we're designing our life, we're looking at our world closely, and we're deciding how we're going to go and how it's going to look. We've created this, and we can create again. And then it's saying, delight me with your plan. So we're going higher. We're seeing what the divine plan is. The page is sweeping in with this new plan, with this new information. This download is the new plan that is being brought from the heavens to the earth. So it is divinely guided, and then we're able to move forward with it. But we have to be open, and we have to be open to an aspect of it that we hadn't thought of. And it often is that way when you're a creative being, and just generally, you might not think you're creative. And I don't mean that you have to be good at art. What I mean is you just have, a mind that thinks a lot and is creative and thinks about this project and that project, and I could do this, and then the next week I could do that, and then the next week goes, I could do that. So some of us have brains that work like that. And there can be a lot of ideas, and they don't all take a foothold in the ground because they're not fully manifest yet. So they're still here. So it's like we've got all this stuff coming through, and then gradually you kind of narrow the gate, as it were, and the one true thing, the divine plan, is what you move forward with. But it doesn't stop you having lots of different ideas. It's like even sometimes I try and think of a name for a business, and there's just so many different names, and you're thinking of all these different names, and then you forget the names, and then you'll get a really good name, and then you'll forget it, and then you'll brainstorm. So you've got brainstorming is great. You've got your center point, and then you've got all these different aspects that can come out from it. And then you get all these different words and things that you can use. But even at that, someone might not be happy if you're using certain words. But it is about that openness to look at all of that. It's like pick and mix. You're looking at the whole thing, and then gradually as you work through it, gradually as you send out those emails, if you have those communications, gradually you narrow it down to its foundation, to something successful. You know, the Four of Wands is all about foundation, structure. Four is we're building structure, we're building a home, we're building something that will last. So be open to that divine plan, be open to narrowing that gateway, and the final thing is able to come through and become something. And it's also about love. It's also about being open to receive love. We might have an idea of our type, or we might have an idea of somebody that we want in our lives, and we might think that we want them for this reason or that reason, and you know, we'd like a companion who's interested in this or that, who has blue eyes and has this tall and da 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 da. But this is also saying be open, because the person that's meant for you might be completely different. It might be like chalk and cheese, like black and white. It might be somebody completely different. And so there's a need to be open to other people, to anyone. Release me from my attachments. So the attachments are all these ideas that you've attached to, that you think are you. That's the ego. The ego thinks of itself as I'm this and that is mine and I am, you know, da da da. That's the ego. That's not who you are. So it's that attachment to that definition. So there needs to be a dropping of that attachment, and that opens you up to a world of possibility, a world of opportunity. And it says, you know what's needed. I'm open to receive. So being open to receive. So being open to receive what you need into your life. And it's what you need. It's not necessarily what you want, because what you want is the list. But it's not necessarily the list, but it's what you need. And the divine knows. The divine knows what you need. The divine knows what will bring that couple into a place of wanting to set up home together. The divine knows. And then we have love. The beauty of love. That word, isn't it just a beautiful word? So we have this vibration of the heart coming in. So we need to be open to the divine plan, open to this new person coming into our life, because this is bringing the love. Also with regards to business, being open. Don't define ourselves that we are this, like I am a healer and I am a tarot reader. Don't define it, because when you're open, other opportunities and other things that you can segue into come up. And that's because you're in the vibration of love. You're in the vibration which is the higher vibration. You're in accepting a divine plan. You're following the divine blueprint. And that will be a love-based blueprint. It's almost written on paper made of love. Got hummingbirds all over it, which is, they're the love charms, hummingbirds. It says, divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. Okay, that's deep. So it's going from that idea of needing someone in my life, wanting someone in my life, and then wanting to move to the highest aspect, which is just the vibration of love, which actually is you. It's within you, because it's the divine frequency, and we all have it. We all are aspects of love, and we muddy that water with all our life and all our choices and all our opinions and all our decisions and all our interactions and all our and our ego needs. We dirty that. But we have to get back to the truth of that frequency of love. That is how you heal yourself, because often you can actually use the frequency of love to heal the body. But also it helps us heal and work with others. And it helps us bring in a service or a piece of work or product or a business or I always reference work, and it bugs me because not everything is about a job or a work or a project. But I guess as humans, we are as humans, we are on the earth, we are here in the world to do something. So we're going to do something with the foundations now in that love frequency, based on love. And that means that we can feel limitless. Because if you're connecting to that divine frequency, if you're bringing in that divine plan and moving forward with that divine plan, it's coming from the divine, so it's limitless. So it's not confined by your agenda. It's not confined by your wants, by your list. It's limitless. So that needs you to be open-minded. That needs you to have this outrageous openness. And it's great to sit in meditation and connect with Source. Because when you do, you will have experiences. Certainly if you come to any of my gatherings or online stuff, when in that space of connecting and going on a little shamanic journey maybe, you receive so much that just is beyond your everyday mind. And that's why, we come out so passionate from our experiences, and we come out with this expanded knowledge of the world and what's available and the help that's available and how we're guided. So you need to have this limitless mind to be open to solutions. So you have an issue, you need it to be fixed. You gotta understand it. You can't fix the problem with the same consciousness that created it. So you have to shift your consciousness. But as well, you just have to be open to another magic. But if you don't know about the magic in the first place, it's difficult. I get it. But I'm telling you now, there is magic. And to be open to a new way is to not limit your thinking, not limit your beliefs. Some people say, oh, do you believe in that? I never believe in anything. It is only my experience which teaches me. And my experience is not just like a daydream. It is actual, real. As much as my day-to-day physical life is real, my spiritual life, my connection with the spirit world is just as real. And that's the Piscean. We swim between the two sides. The two sides are just as real. That is the balance. Interesting. That is the balance. That is us. She has 1 foot on the earth and 1 foot in the water. So 1 foot on this side and 1 foot in the spirit realm. And she is bringing balance to that. So she's working with that rainbow energy, working with the light, and bringing that rainbow onto the earth. Bringing that light onto the earth. It says, see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. And that's it. Don't define it. Don't stick to a list. Keep open. It's basically saying the same thing. That maybe in your mind, you think you have this issue and you think that's the answer and that's the only answer and that's the only way it's going to get resolved. It's not. If you can surrender it, if you can call in the divine to help, then miracles can happen. So allow yourself to receive that miracle. Allow yourself to be open to meeting whomever. It is like that. It's people are going to come into your life, and that meeting can change everything. So be open to that meeting. Don't shut people off. It's the same with choosing a partner. You have this idea and you think that's what I want, but maybe it's not what you're needing, and the divine has a different plan. And therefore you must be open to receive what the divine wants to bring you, because that's for your best good. Sometimes your ideas of what you want and your ideas of what you want to do, they're not actually for your best good. It can be based on some ego satisfaction. It can be based on some sorrow, it can be based on some regret, it can be based on anger, it can be based on all those emotions that you haven't been dealing with. So the divine knows what is actually for your highest good. And then it's letting that in by being open and not being able to receive what is brought to you. And yes, of course, you don't accept everything. You know, people come in and out of your lives and for different reasons at different times. But that's for you to work out. But you have to allow that energy, allow that flow to come to you. Okay, and the next card was, oh my God, how are we 50 already? Energetic clearing. So we talked about the beginning, the energy, the organs, the clearing, the releasing. That's important. That's coming back in as important here. And you can see they're doing work on her, and she's here in the green. So the green energy is the healing energy. That's like Archangel Raphael energy, or Hilarion, the Ascended Master Hilarion energy. It's that green healing energy, which again is the heart, which again is love. And she's certainly being, it's almost like, the negative energy can sit in your aura, can sit in your energy field. And energy clearing is very important. You can use the blue bubble meditation for that as well. But certainly you might want to get yourself some healing. You know, as we said at the start, the healing card, you might want to get yourself some healing. So you can clear out the old energy, and you can heal what needs to heal, so you can move forward into love. Because if you've had old relationships, you don't want to carry that old stuff into the next one. I watched Maths, Married at First Sight, and there was a couple on yesterday, and I've seen this in real life as well, but it was a good example. And he said to the lady, he goes, she was feeling uncomfortable because of the way he stared at her, because it made her a bit uncomfortable and not confident and a little on edge, because he was upset with her and he would just stare her out. So that made her uncomfortable. And she said it made her uncomfortable because it reminded her of her past exes, and so therefore everything that was to do with them, she then pushed on him. And he was not her exes. And so the counselor sort of said, yeah, but you know he's not your exes. Like, this is a different person. This is a brand new person. So you actually cannot bring that baggage on to him, because it's not his. It's nothing to do with him. So there's this need to clear that. If you're going into this new relationship, that you want to move in together, you want to have that success, you want to build a home together, you got to clear out the old, because it's not one of your exes, it's not one of the same people. Okay, so let's see what the goddesses want us to know. I felt like doing goddesses today. Let's see what we've got with the goddesses. Can you give us a message? Okay, we've got one, which is Aphrodite, which is definitely stepping into your sensual nature. That one's going, don't know what it is. We'll get one more, please. One more goddess card for our people watching, please. Thank you. Okay. So the first card is Aphrodite, which is the inner goddess. So certainly if you're feeling a little bit not beautiful, it's time to step up and reclaim your beauty. It's time to trust in your beauty. It's time to see yourself as beautiful and attractive and a goddess. Excuse me. It may be time to dress up. It may be time to do something with your hair. She's got her hair billowing here. So is that, oh, it's a dove as well. A little love dove here. Okay. So it could be the dove of peace, but I'm seeing it because it's Aphrodite, the love dove. She's dressed in green. And she's very flowing. She's very connected to the stars as well. So the Aphrodite linked to the cosmos. And just that inner goddess. So again, that internal work. So yes, you might not want to go out as much because it's winter time and it's cooler and it's dark, etc., etc. But this is saying, but use the time, whatever time you have, remember to reclaim your goddess. It says awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So knowing that you are that vibration of love, knowing that you are that piece of the divine, knowing that you are incredibly beautiful and just have that resonance of that goddess energy within you. And you can connect to it through dance, through listening to music and dancing around the kitchen, through self-care activities. So maybe, because, you know, if we get upset in relationships and have difficult relationships, it can weigh heavy on us, and we need to clear that, and that's the energy clearing, to bring our goddess back out again. And this can be God, goddess. So even the guys, you know, you need to clear that old energy so you can step into your masculinity as well. You can be your divine masculine. So divine feminine, divine masculine. It is really important that you discover what works for you, what self-care works for you, to step into who you're destined to be, because it's like you're not living your truth. It's like you're not living the fullness of who you are, and we're only given this short time on the planet. So it's really important to reclaim that now, and you can in the winter. You can reclaim. It's like, you know, getting ready for Christmas, dare I say it, but you can do that exercise program. You can start eating healthy. You can have those long hot baths with oils and things, just to make you feel better, just for healing, just for clearing, you know, all these nurturing things. Sitting with a book, a really good book, but an informative book, an educational book, you know, a spiritual book, something that will raise your consciousness. Very important. And then we have Vesta, which is home. Again, the house, the home. This is important. Very important. And she's saying your household situation is improving, either through a move or healthy change in the occupants. So again, there is certainly something going on with this new home, with this moving home, with this new energy of home. There are changes here, and she's here just to clarify that. And it's improving. She says the situation is improving. So this is a positive thing. It's an improvement that's happening to us. And it can be to do with a healthy change in the occupants. So like the two people in the tiny card here. So people moving in together, people setting up home together, changing the occupants. So it's different people in the home. And then we have Solace. Or solace, not sure. And it's bodies of water, and it says spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. And again, it's that the water element, which is connected to the emotions, letting the emotions flow, but certainly being around water, the negative ions, especially crashing water, like crashing waves or a waterfall, doing cold water swimming, but it's sometimes just sitting with water. Water is a real communicator. Water is like a transistor. I don't know if that's the right word, but I get information from water, and you can speak to water and you can get information from water as well. It's almost transistor or trans, what's the word? It brings that information through. I'm not sure of the word, but certainly surround yourself with water. Let's go to the Lenormand. No, I always say it wrong. Lenormand. Always, every single time I say it wrong. And can we have a couple of clarifying cards for this read, because there's definitely a move, there's definitely a new home, there's definitely follow the divine plan, be able to receive. Can we get a couple of cards, please, just to give us a little bit of insight into this? and then we'll finish up, I think. Yeah. This is, we'll do one more after this because we're already running behind. Because it's, okay. Very good. So you've got the bouquet. So this is the romance. This is someone bringing flowers, someone bringing gifts, someone coming in with that romantic nature. So this is growth, this is fertility, this is blossoming, something that's blossoming. It is a 9, so there's an element of this completes the cycle. This brings you the fullness of the blossom that you were wanting. And it's very much beauty as well with the bouquet. Beauty, self-care, looking after how you look, being that goddess, paying attention. It is okay to look after yourself. It is okay to present yourself well. It is okay to want to wear a little bit of makeup. It is okay to get your hair done. There is nothing wrong with wanting to present yourself in a beautiful way to the world. And this is really saying that. This is saying tap into that inner beauty and bring it out. Because we've gone internal to recognize our internal goddess, but now we have to bring that internal goodness out so we can share it with the world, so the world can see it. Because we might have that inside us, but what is the point in being on the earth if you kept everything to yourself? No point. So the point is that you share everything that you are with the world, because you are divine. You are this divine being who embodies divinity, embodies that energy, that love vibration. But holding on to it and not expressing it, not bringing it out into the world, it's dulling and it's stagnant, and it's not energy moving. It's not positive. It's not a good situation, because we are putting the anchor down. We are going to find a base. We are going to put ourselves somewhere and anchor in to this new world, this new life that we've created. The anchor is saying this is strong and sturdy and it's not going anywhere. We are putting our foot in the ground and we are sort of staking our claim. It is a bit like the sword. We're putting the sword in. You know, we were the Knight of Swords going straight ahead towards the goal because we knew we had to anchor down in this position, in this place. It is an 8, which is a very good number for fortune, a very good number for luck. So it is good luck as well. Okay, and let me do one more. I have this deck, which I really love to use as we're going over. Might as well just give you one more card, Priestess of Light. And let's get a message. These are very good. They tend to always resonate with the read. And give us information. Okay, so fine. Oh, that's interesting. So the card that jumped out was the loss and lack card, and it says fear and victimization. But then on the back of the deck we have the harvest card, which is gathering of blessings. So fear, loss. I'm not gonna look at the book. I'm just gonna do this. So the loss and lack vibration is not a good vibration to be in, because it keeps you stagnant, it keeps you depressed, it keeps you suppressed, it keeps you oppressed, it keeps you repressed, all the pressed. It brings your vibration very low, and in a low vibration you cannot receive and you cannot think clearly, and you find it difficult to get out of this vibration. And loss and lack is a very heavy vibration, and we have all lost things and people in our lives, and we have all felt, well, some more than others, have felt a little bit in lack, a little bit like they've not had enough to live on, they've not had enough opportunity, they've not had enough love in their lives, they've not had enough company or comfort or friendships even, and the fear and the victimization, then that can kind of turn in, and a person can then go into victim mode. This is happening to me and this is against me and I'm a victim, and that just sends you deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you become fearful of the world. So we need to draw ourselves, we need to accept where we are, and then understand we can move out of it. We can overcome. If we can shift our energy from fear and lack in and out of being a victim, because people love being a victim. Being a victim is very addictive, and you'll often see people complain about this, that and the other, and it's addictive to start complaining with people. They can say, oh, this terrible thing happened. You go, oh yeah, I understand, because that terrible thing happened to me, and da 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 da. So you're trying to resonate with a person, but then it can become competitive, like how worse is my situation than your situation, and then that just means you're both in this lower cycle, and it doesn't get you anywhere. So it's actually better to come out of that, and better to recognize what you do have, and that you can build on it. And you've got to this phase. And did you ever think you'll get to this place? And you have opportunity, you have availability. Yes, there might be some issues in your life that you have to deal with. However, you can. You can deal with them. I have absolute faith that you can. And that there is this divine plan, if you can connect with that and trust in that, and connect with that information coming in, and be open to receiving a different solution that you can't even think of. Be open to receiving. Don't limit what can come to you. Don't limit what you can do, or what you can achieve, or how things can change. And then we go into the 44, foundation, security, harvest, and it says gathering of blessings. So you are able to change the situation. You are able to grow what you need to grow. She's got corn here. You're able to harvest, reaping the harvest, reaping the rewards. Often through a period of solitude or lack, you can have a great deal of self-development, because you've had to dig deep. You've had to fight for yourself. You've had to, struggle. You've had to get through the day and get through the week. And that instills great character. And without that struggle, you wouldn't have learned more about you and your ability and your inner strength. So even though it did feel like you were persecuted, maybe, it actually taught you a lot. And you were able to come out of that energy and transform that energy. And it opens you up to receive, like we said. So gathering of blessings. So now you're in a period where it seems the difficult phases are moving away. They're not for you anymore. It's like you've come through your cycle. We all go through these different cycles where you have to learn in life. And it's like you've come through this cycle and you've got what you needed under your belt. You have greater understanding and greater wisdom. And now you're able to come out of it, because now you get the rewards. And getting the rewards after going through this struggle is so much better, because you have wisdom. You have a balanced mentality. You're able to share with others openly. You're able to build a new home, a new foundation, a new structure, stability. You're able to have some stability now. And then in that stable vibration, you will draw to you more and more and more and more. So that is your read for today. It's very interesting. It's a little bit complex, but I hope it resonates. I hope it makes sense to you. And I hope you have enjoyed. Do have a look at my other videos while you're on the channel, and see if any of that interests you. There will be a channel coming up in a bit. And it's been a pleasure to read for you. I love doing these readings. It's just so interesting, weaving these cards together to tell a story. And this is how I do it. Like I say, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not going to say you're going to meet this man in 6 weeks, or the 27th of April, and da-da-da. Unless I'm given that information. If I'm given that information, I'll give it to you. But I just like reading the energies and seeing where this story leads. Fantastic. Also, just looking at that again, loss and lack, fear and victimization. This is for a particular person in particular. This is the energy you might be feeling in right now. But understand that if you can move in to the higher consciousness, that the rewards will come. You are growing corn, and there are many cobs on this corn. So there is much for you to reap and take back. And sometimes, like, if you lose a bit of money or something, you can say, well, maybe that person needed that in some way, and that divinely is going to help them in some way. Let's look at it like that, because you will be rewarded. More will be given to you because of it. Because 44 is that stable, security, foundations, building strong foundation number. So be mindful of your energy, be mindful of not falling too much into that victim mode. We do lose things in our lives, actual things or money or people, but that is the nature of the world. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.